Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim who tune into these videos. Alright, so in this video, I'm just going to go over two articles that strike my interest. So the first article here, you have apparently there's going to be a blood moon lunar eclipse to rise on election day. And I'm just going to read just a little excerpt from this news article. It says an ominous blood moon lunar eclipse will hang in the sky as ballots are set to be tallied for the November 8th general election. And so, I'm not going to go into much of it because, as a spiritual man, we're going to understand, that this is one of the signs in the heavens that the scriptures speak about. Because as we're getting closer and closer, the times are moving quick for the elect's sake, and you can see, everything's just popping off, and it's just like what you would say it's a coincidence, but it's actually not a coincidence that all these things are starting to happen back to back, and then they're also falling upon, which you would call Esau's holy days, or a day that he's reverencing some sort of thing, which he's going into these elections. He's these midterm elections or whatever, he's doing that at the exact same time, where you can see these graphs, where you got the lunar eclipse happening, and it's also a blood moon, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read the precepts here because these are just some of the things that we were told to measure the times for, because right here in Luke 21 and 25, it goes into how all these things are going to happen in these last days, and as a prudent man, we're going to measure these things, and we're going to continue to stay on our watch. All of this is just going to add more evidence to the pile of evidence we already have, that these are the last days, and that that Yahweh Shai, his return is imminent. With that comes the fact that World War III is imminent, the fact that this devil, he's got but a short time. I'm going to go ahead and get that in Revelation 11 and 11. Alright, so this is Revelation 11 and 11. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And so Esau, Edom, and all the other heathens who are joint with him, they're seeing that the Spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai is making us stand upon our feet, and the standard is being lifted, as pretty soon it's going to get to a point where they're going to start taking our videos down even more so than they have, and they're going to try to do how many blood sacrifices they can to fulfill their new world order. But we understand, like how it says in Job, that this devil, he's got a glass ceiling. He can only go so far, and his time of rulership is at an end because we're measuring the times. We're seeing that all these prophecies are starting to fulfill, and with all these things, you got to remember the prophecies because that's the testimony of Yahweh Shai. I'm not going to go into it, but for example, the MOTB, and that one guy Elon Musk, he recently bought Twitter, and it's causing a big influx and a stir amongst the people, but that guy, he's behind the Neuralink, and I'm not going to speak too much on it because this famine is it's starting to hit a lot of the brothers' videos, but as a man of the Lord, what manner of person ought you to be in these certain times? Well, we're supposed to stay diligent still because we can see that like all these prophecies are going to happen, our salvation is nearer than we believed. So we're supposed to rejoice at all these things that are spoken about on the news, whether it be the signs and the moons or things that seem in a threatening sense. Like this article, the FBI says it has credible information of a broad threat to this place right here. I'm not going to say it, but I'll highlight it. In New Jersey, so this devil is he's in dire straits. He's in fear because he knows that he has but a short time. The times are moving quick for the elect's sake, and so that's why he's going to try to control a narrative, try to implement something so or do whatever seances he can to fulfill his new world order. But like I said, he's got a glass ceiling. He's capped in his slot of rulership in the world. And right now, as the scriptures speak about, I'll pull it out in Proverbs. I know this is in Proverbs 29, and right here in verse 2, it reads, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." And you can see that right now. The people are mourning. There's always something, going on, and people, in an uproar. Like right now with the recent trend of famous people speaking lightly, I should say, on these certain topics, but they really don't have that testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy. Just that little bit of inkling of truth that those famous people are talking about is causing a big uproar. And all this is just going to add to a big mountain of evidence that the scriptures are true, and it's speaking about like the prophecies that are happening today, and they were written aforetime for our learning to watch and to measure. And so this is in Luke 21 verse 25, and it reads, "And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear." And it makes me think of what I was reading in Revelation 11. Esau is frightened right now. That's why I forget the word, but he's moving quick. He's trying to fulfill this NWO agenda. But we know he's not gonna prevail. Because pretty much the elect has already been sealed. You got brothers in this ministry. We've been teaching for 30 from the apostles of Great Millstone on down. We've been teaching for 30 plus years. So the hopeful elect, Lord willing, I speak as a man, but I believe that the elect has already been sealed, and now the 1/3 is going to come into the fold. Because we've pretty much prophesied against Mount Seir, and it's gotten to this point where the elect, Lord willing, they're sealed already, but now the 1/3 is going to come in, and it's going to cause a big stir amongst the elites of this world, and they're going to come down with draconian measures. They're going to try to put us back in fear. But you coming into this fold, you read the precepts that we're not supposed to fear man. That's one thing that you come into this ministry, you learn about these things. You get your mindset for the battle pretty much. And so this is a good precept. So you come into this fold and you still have like that inward agitation of like things, like we were worried about food or all these things. Well, Yahweh Shai said not to worry about food. We're dealing with the power who created the earth. And that's a little thing, for food to be, to worry about in these times. You got to worry about your salvation. You got to with fear and trembling. But so this is Matthew 10 and 28. It says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." And that's pretty much speaking about how you're supposed to fear Yahweh Bashkim Yahweh Shai, not this devil who's in charge of everything, who's pretty much giving out broad threats and statements on his news, his medium. We're not supposed to fear them, because the scriptures spoke about these things. We're pretty much prepared for these things, so there's nothing to fear. We're really supposed to divert that energy to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and that's where wisdom and knowledge begins. It's a beautiful thing that brothers are actually practicing this right here, this method right here, that we're not supposed to divert our energy and our thought process to Esau, because Esau's insignificant. He's the wicked that the scriptures speak about. You read all these scriptures and everything on the news. This devil, his own tongue is falling upon himself. So why would you fear this devil? Or when you got Yahweh by Shem Shai on your side, or you're siding with him as opposed to with the world. So they can't do anything against you but for you. For this truth, pretty much. But I'm gonna read this in verse 26 again. It says, "Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So this is what we're looking forward to right here. Yeah, of course we got all these prophecies that we still have to go through. We still got to go through Jacob's trouble, but the elect is going to prevail all through those trials and tribulations. Except those ones who aren't actually taking this serious. They're not seeking the Lord while He may be found. Like right now, this is that grace period. This is the time that you want to rehearse these righteous acts, so that when push comes to shove, you have it in your mind not to fear this devil. Alright, so I want to read a few precepts here, because this devil, he's still trying to do these election seances, all that BS. But we're not supposed to really be a part of this world. I've never voted in my life. And I know brothers have before, but when you come into this truth, you don't vote, because we understand the scriptures that pretty much you're voting, you're following a multitude to do evil. And so that's what Esau pretty much wants you to do, is to pretty much he wants to get your undivided attention. But we're supposed to be studious in this ministry, and always praising Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, not wavering, not being distracted. And all these voting things, none of those ballots are voting for the scriptures. None of those ballots are righteous. Yeah, you got a few about like abortion or whatever, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's cankered, it's got leaven in it. You're pretty much voting for an Edomite to do Edomite things, and to continue being a sly serpent. So this is Isaiah 10 verse 1. It reads, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." So the fact that this devil is in this devil is in rulership right now, it just proves that nothing down here can be righteous, because when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. I think I could get this also in just real quick. Let's get a precept on that. So this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, and I'm just going to get to the point. Let me see. It was a different book. It's in Sirach 10. Alright, so this is Sirach 10 verse 3. It reads, "An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time He will set over it one that is profitable." So you really don't have any say in this society. It's not for you; it's actually for your punishment. We're supposed to be waiting on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to set one that is profitable. Which is when the elect are in rulership. So all these things that happen in this world, it's pretty much, if you're invested in it, you're going against the scriptures, because the scriptures speak about how this is not our rest. We're seeking a kingdom to come. And this is in Isaiah 26 verse 10. It reads, "Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of our brightness he will deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord." So you got all these people, they're going up against Kanye and Kyrie Irving or whatever, and various other rappers, famous people, and they're going up against, because they're speaking about sin, I'll say it like that, but none of these people actually read the scriptures, and they don't apply these things. They just completely disregard those things, because Esau's in rulership, and they like to say that they're the Sims, the ones that wrote this book, yet they don't apply these books, even though the favor has been showed unto them. They get that right now. This Esau's rulership, that's the favor that the Lord allotted to him. Yet will he not learn righteousness? He's got all this power and money and resources and a platform, but he's not dealing justly. He's going to deal unjustly, and it says, "and will not behold the majesty of the Lord." And these Edomites, you can see that they cringe whenever you bring up the scriptures. They like to pretty much do just anything but the scriptures. That's their MO. Here they got all these people on Twitter crying over for the anti-Sims, but none of these people actually, do a diligent search on things. I'll just say it like that, because you got this article here. It reads the FBI says it has credible information of a broad threat to these groups of people. And I'm honestly I'm not going to read this article because you pretty much get the gist of what they're speaking about in this article, the header. Because they're getting ready to move up on us, or just anybody who's against their NWO agenda. Pretty much anybody who's going to put up a resistance when they try to put that MO2B out. Because the scriptures read about how the 7,000 shall not bow to the image of Baal, and so these people right here, they're going to start categorizing us, if they haven't already. And so the scriptures speak about how this devil, he's going to be doing that. He's going to try to, garner enough, how you say, like, the masses' minds, so that whenever he moves on the prophets, he's going to look justified in his medium. But ultimately, anything he does, it's going to be for truth's sake, because that's just proving, once again, that what we've been doing on those highways and hedges for week in and week out, that is actually true, and it's actually bear fruits. It's evident that this is the scriptures, and we're the Hebrew Israelites. They don't want us to speak about these things. That's why they got these narratives that they're about to start throwing at us. But there should be okay, one more precept real quick. This is in Numbers 23, verse 23. It says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath God wrought? So if you're in the secret place of the Most High, if you call upon His name, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, this devil can do nothing against you. But that's ultimately, you have to have that faith that no matter what happens, that the Heavenly Father is going to take care of you. If He's able to actually take you down, you have to understand that your works do follow you. So it's this truth is it covers all the grounds. We're not supposed to pretty much bow down to the image of Baal, no matter what this devil throws at you. So this is in Psalms 64, verse 2, and it reads, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So these are the Psalms that we have to sing and pray with, because this devil, he's got but a short time, and he's going to try to make that move. He's the accuser of thy brethren that's spoken about in the scriptures. He's trying to make us look like we're, not fit for salvation. But you got to disregard what that devil, thinks of you. Because when you're in this ministry, you put your hand on the plow, you're firm in this ministry, your works are going to follow you. We're going to have faith and works. And ultimately, we're under the blood of Yahweh Shai. So this devil can do nothing against us. This is Ephesians 6, verse 12. And it reads, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So this devil, he doesn't understand that this is a spiritual warfare. None of us in this ministry are going to do whatever he claims that we're going to do. He's pretty much going to try to make a lie work with a lie. But the scriptures speak about how, there's a spiritual warfare going out. And we understand that, and that's why we pretty much we hold our ground, and we're commanded to do what the scriptures say, which is all it is to pretty much go to the highways and hedges, preach this word, to those who are sick and of needing of this word, which is the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and to tell them to get right, get ready, and repent. For all these things are about to happen. All that's spoken about in the book of Luke in 21. So I'm gonna read this right here, because this is a commandment also. This is Matthew 10, verse 16. It says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as a serpent and harmless as doves. So you can't do anything to have the ministry blamed. Even though no matter what this devil's going to throw at us, you got to remember they're just enchantments, and none of them are going to prevail. We got to be steadfast. We got to be, like how the scriptures say, wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. So that's the end of this video. So just definitely keep your eyes on the prophecies, because you can see they're popping up more and more as we get closer to Yahweh Shai's return. With that, I want to say, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruach HaKodesh, Shalom Akim.